Movavi. Movavi.
All right. We are live here from a man cave, Pops Mafia. And we're going to see if a few people might be able to join us. Excuse me, I've been battling a bit of a cold, aren't we all this time of year? But the Buffalo Bills went to Detroit. Thought it was going to be a big task, a really difficult game because Detroit is such a good team. But this game turned out to be great. And, some of the problems from the week before were streaming over, and, it worked out well. So let's go right to the offensive side of the ball. Obviously, Josh Allen had a fantastic game, and you got to go back a couple of weeks when the Bills played the 49ers, and before the game, George Kittle said about Josh Allen that he would have already won an MVP and his stats would be just unbelievable. I'm summarizing what he said. If he played in a dome at home. Well, we've shown that over the last 2 weeks. Josh Allen, almost 900 yards passing in 2 games and 5 touchdowns rushing, 5 touchdowns receiving. Unbelievable. I believe his last 2 games were the highest points a fantasy player has gotten in fantasy football since they started playing fantasy football. Josh Allen is on a roll and then some. So let's hope that continues. I ask everyone to please like and subscribe to my videos if you're watching this live or if you're watching it taped. Either way, hope you caught that new little intro video I played. If not, I'll play it again here soon, just so you can check it out. But the Bills on offense looked fantastic. All we heard coming into the game was how great the Detroit Lions two-headed monster at running back was. And they are great. Montgomery and Gibbs, or as they call them, Sonic and Knuckles, something like that. I'm not a Lions fan, so I don't know that much about it. But, go Bills. There we go, Dave. All we heard was about their running backs. Well, you know what? We've got a 3-headed running back, and we showed it off at this game. Cook, over 100 yards rushing. Ray Davis has a nice game. And then let's throw in, the best third down back, in my opinion, in the entire NFL, in Johnson. He gets over 100 yards receiving. One of them on a beautiful, laid out, catch the ball. Johnson, the guy can block, he can run, and he can catch. Great third down back. But Cook had the moves and the runs in this game. You know what's really fantastic about our offense? I mean, let's give a little bit of props first to the offensive line. Great play all year. The last 2 years, they've been gelling together. We were a little worried coming into the season how the little move from getting McGovern over to center and then moving David Edwards into guard was going to work, but it works fantastic. And they have not had very many injuries. And every time I say that, we have to knock on wood. And they have just gelled together. And that's what we want from our offensive line. But what I really, really love about our team this year is how willing the tight ends and the wide receivers are to block. They don't care this year about their fantasy numbers. They care about getting the W. Cooper didn't even get a target, I don't believe, in this game. But he was very happy after the game because we won. Haven't seen that in past years. Don't want to bring up any past year's names players, but you probably can figure out something there. But everybody does eat in this offense. It doesn't matter who gets the touchdown. We know we've got the best player in the league on our team. He's proved it this year. He's had some highlight plays and just an amazing season in Josh Allen. And the wide receivers as a group have really stepped up this year. Shakir, big time step up from Shakir this year. We do have a three-headed monster at wide receiver. And Dawson Knox, Kincaid show us that we've got two pretty darn good tight ends too. And the way that Matt Collins is willing to block too, and then occasionally come down with some nice catches, nice plays, awesome. A great, well-rounded offense to attack anyone in the NFL with. Now moving over to our defense. Did our defense play fantastic? No. But certain players did step up. Groot steps up again. I thought he had a great game. But the biggest step up of all of any player on this team was Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver's 10 penetrations is the most by a defensive tackle this year. He was pressuring the quarterback. It seemed like every single time that Goff tried to step back to pass, Ed Oliver was in his face. And he just had a fantastic game. So I give all the props to Ed Oliver. A lot of people have been dogging him this year. This game, he came out and played well. I think Terrell Bernard had a good game at linebacker. And then Milano, still coming back from his injury. Now he pulls his groin. And I was wondering why Balen Spector was the first guy. Seemed like he was the first guy to come in and play, but apparently Dorian Williams had some sort of an injury, and Spector came in and took Williams' place. But then Williams came back and finished the game, played well in there. At corner, we knew we were going to come in trouble with Rasul Douglas not playing. I thought Kaiir Elam had a good enough game at corner. They put up 400 yards passing, and they had a couple of receivers over 100 yards. So the DBs obviously didn't play fantastic. They didn't shut anybody down, but we had two safeties out for this game. When you go into a game and both of your starting safeties are not going to be playing, in Taylor Rapp and DeMar Hamlin, you're going to have some struggles. Cam Lewis played like we know Cam Lewis can play. Cam Lewis is a solid NFL defensive back. Is he a starter? No. But his versatility to play the nickel, the dime, the safety, and even come in a corner if we needed him is just – and you can't put any value on it. Let's put it that way. And this game, he played safety for us. Again, he's not a Pro Bowl safety, but he played safety and he played it well. And then Cole Bishop played. Cole Bishop, I think you can probably put a couple mistakes on him. And then he got injured. And we had to go down the depth chart to Jackson to play. Jackson, who played for the Texans and played well with the Texans, a veteran safety, but he's been on the practice squad all season. I thought the Bills would also call up Sign for this game from the Vikings, but they did not. I was a little wonder about that because they could have used another safety if someone got hurt, which someone did get hurt in Bishop. I don't know any status of our safeties for next week. That's for another video. I hope that Rapp was warming up and must have been a game time decision. So, hopefully Taylor Rapp will be back for this game. We'll have to see as the week goes along, as the injury reports show us during the week what happens as we take on the Patriots this week. And the game was moved to 4:00. I am hoping that they move the game to 4:00 so that the drone show that got canceled at the last home game because of weather, that now it'll be dark at halftime or after the game. I think it'd be pretty dark at halftime. That you can have the drone show come up. So that would be fun as a fan to see that. So, the defense needs a little bit more work. I was surprised today that they released Casey Toohill. I thought he had been having a good year. I know he's been injured recently and banged up. Maybe that's just a roster move as they juggle things around. They wanted to get Jalen Virgil back on the roster, that they had released him last week, and they wanted to get Will Clapp back on the roster as they released him last week. I'd rather have Casey Toohill on the team than Will Clapp, but that's just my opinion. I think that they have more depth at center and on the offensive line than they do on the defensive line. But that's just me. Brandon Beane's making the big bucks to make those roster moves. Let's let him do that. Anyway, what else stood out from this game? Is there any doubt Josh Allen is MVP? Come on. He's got to be the MVP. Most valuable player in the league for sure. So go Bills. There we go. And I invite anyone that's new to my streams, please like and subscribe here and hit that bell notification button for any time I go live. We will be at the Patriots game this Sunday, as I am a season ticket holder and don't miss a game, and have all these pictures behind me autographed from different times that I've met each and individual player on the team. I'm only missing about 5 guys from this year's roster on the wall. So, and we've got most coaches on there. I'm still trying to get the offensive line coach. So, Cromer. Excuse me. Again, I've been battling this cold. But yes, please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. It does help a lot. And if you see me at a game, please come over and say hi. It's really cool when I meet a different fan at the game that watches my streams. So, Shakir. Shakir had a nice game as well. I really like the way he is producing. He has an outside shot at getting 1,000 receiving yards in the year. I think he's projected right now to be around 950. So with projections, I think he's around 760 right now. So he has a chance. And James Cook has an outside shot of getting to 1,000 yards rushing. I think he's around 850 right now, if my memory serves me right. So maybe we can get Cook to 1,000. Those numbers really don't mean all that much. It's just a nice thing to be able to say we had a 1,000-yard rusher, 1,000-yard receiver. But, you know, the W's are all that matters. The MVP doesn't matter. Here we go. From the start of the season, of every season, the first play of Josh Allen goes on the field, the fans start chanting MVP. I hate it. You need to prove it on the field. I think this year Josh Allen has proved it on the field. I think he is our MVP, but we'll see in a few weeks. But and I think he would tell you this too, all he wants to do is win. All every player on this team wants to do is win. If any of the other stuff comes, it's frosting on the cake. They want to win a Super Bowl. Hopefully somebody wins a Super Bowl MVP. You know, because the winning team apparently is the only team that can win an MVP, because Thurman Thomas was the MVP, in my opinion, of the Giants Super Bowl, but he was the best player on the field, but the Giants won the game. So anyway, other things on defense, Jordan Phillips was running all over the place. Didn't see much out of Carter in this game. Christian Benford had a fantastic game at corner. We'll come up with a big sack. We don't blitz the corner a lot, but when we do, he gets home. And Christian Benford did it this game, and loved that. The play later in the game when they had a complete pass, Detroit did, and he almost knocked down the pass with his hand. and the receiver brought it in. Then he knocked it out, which became a fumble, and Milano recovered it. Fantastically beautiful play. Outstanding play by Christian Benford. But now we move on to New England, as what everyone was calling the Super Bowl preview is over, and we go on to play the Patriots. It's our first time playing the Patriots this year with only 3 games left. I don't know who makes these schedules. Why would you put the same team twice in the last 3? But, we get to play the Patriots, the Jets, and the Patriots to end the season out. Hopefully we get the victory and somebody does something to cause problems to the Chiefs. And the Texans beat the Chiefs. I think Pittsburgh's playing the Chiefs. And then the Texans, so we can catch them. Dawson Knox had a beautiful game this game. That was a nice catch. He had a stretch out as well. Josh had 2 passes this game that he really overthrew, but both receivers, Johnson and Knox, caught them. And Kincaid had a good game too. So, yeah. And then I'm not sure who I want to win the Pittsburgh game because Pittsburgh's trying to catch us and we're trying to catch Kansas City. But doesn't matter who you root for. 2 wins. I can't root for the Chiefs. Gonna have to root for Pittsburgh. Anyway, with that, I say please, everyone, like and subscribe to my videos. Remember, go Bills. And that God loves you, and so do I. Okay.